Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Now I'm just going to answer a couple of questions that was to do with a fly tied. Well, a couple of flies have tied over the couple of days because I'm sitting tying dry flies, and it's to do with actually the possum. Now, the biggest problem of finding an Australian possum is finding a piece of skin. Now the only other way, the way you could find it is to find it as a dubbin. Now this is not possum dubbin, but this is a dry fly dubbin. This one here is ultra dry dub. It's called Hare's Ear. This one's from Finalizing. Now, much like this is the dubbin I blended or used from the actual possum, you can actually use this as a wing. I mentioned it as well. You could easily use it as a wing, as long as the fiber's long enough. You can actually do it. Because I was winding it up, but this is a done tied using the possum. You can see it makes a great wing. It's a good wee fly. I mean, the main reason for doing it is a lot of people struggle to get CDC. If you find a good dubbin or a good material, natural or synthetic, that basically floats, like ultra dry yarn does the same. I mean, you could use ultra dry yarn, but you can use dubbins. You can actually quite easily use them. I mean, as I did yesterday, I could show you. I mean, this is what the video is more about rather than patterns, but I can show you how I do it. So I'll zoom in a wee bit so you can see the fly. Now the thread, I'm just using a uni. It's not a uni. Well, in place of a uni, I'm actually using the Pro thread from Full Mill. It's a 70 denier, which is same thickness, very similar. This is a nice colour. This is, in this case, is a pale yellow. I'm just going to run the wax through it just to get it started. Now, I'm basically going to wind down. I'm going to put a tail on. The tail, another question I got asked yesterday, I do use a lot of Coq de Leon fibre. This is white and Coq de Leon. Microfibrils or even just Coq hackle fibre will do it, just up to yourself. Or you could even use any synthetic fibre. Length of the tail, well, it could be as long as short as you like. It's always good to start with maybe round about the hook length. Now I just put a turn underneath just to basically flares the tail. A couple of turns to secure it in. Trim that the length of the body. Going to get my, in this case I'm going to use a dry dub, this one, the ultra dry, this one here from Full Mill. It's the light olive. You could just use the thread's fine. You can make a good body just with the thread. And there is times you'd be better just using the thread. You don't need much of this material, you just stretch it out. Depends on how thick or thin you want your body. So I'm just going to work my way up, spinning it when I need to, tighten it up. Get a reasonable, could be a slight taper or a large taper. Take away the excess. You could use it loose, you could keep it like that, or you could trim it to suit. A bit of fibre there. The other thing you can do is, what you like best to do is to split the wing. And you can use, in this case I'm just going to use a high vis. In this case this is the Pro Floss and Fluorescent, this fuchsia. Pink's a great colour to see. A couple of ways of doing it. What I normally do is just get a length off, fold it, and tie it over the back. Just it could be as long or short as you like. Trim, you could put it into the same length. Now I come down 2 or 3 turns, fold it back. So that's basically where we highlight so we can see the fly at a distance. Now I'm going to use this one, the Hare's Ear, the ultra dry dub. So basically it's a great dubbin that helps float the fly. I mean, I don't know exactly what it's in there, but there's a natural fibre as well as the synthetics. It's a good blend, and it works. Now the first thing I like to do is take some and just work it within my fingers. What I'm doing here is basically putting the fibres in line, so I'm holding it with my finger thumb and bringing it through, so I'm getting the length of the fibre. Once I've got that, much as you would do CDC, because you would pull the CDC off and then tie it in like a clump. This could be as thin as you want, as fast as you want. But what I do here is line up the ends. Now trim these back over my dubbing. Now it's important that you wax your thread. So we tie this in like we would probably do a hair wing. And then we just wind down nice and tight. Make sure it's secure. Just check, that's fine, just lay it lying back. The odd fibre. And I get back to my light olive, ultra dry yarn. Now I usually like to come down, so I usually stretch my thread back to the, say a head length away from the eye. Just sort out the thorax area. Again, I'm just going to wax my thread. Now this is where floss, we're just going to use that to split the wing. So make a even split fibre, just check, you look from the top down. See, it's a bit messy looking at the moment, but anyway, we'll sort it. So right, do a kind of, put it through first, check that we've got a kind of an even split, and we slightly haven't, so just again, just bring it through. That looks okay, just catch it on, over the top. Usually a couple of turns and fold it back. Just build up the head a wee bit. Just make sure this is secure. Bit of varnish on my thread. Just tap it with my finger. Just taking the excess varnish away there, it was just a wee bit heavy. Tighten up. Trim that away. Trim away the floss. I can bring my ring out. Just lift our fingers up. Now the length, you can just basically hold it, come up from underneath here, straight cut from the back of the hook. So you line with the back of the hook, come straight up, and then you slice, nice slow cut. Put this slit in your finger, put it back in your dubbing, and there we are. Then we can either just trim this a wee bit flatter, and there we go. It's a very simple way, just using a dubbing. You can do exactly the same with the possum. You can also mix these together, so you can just some possum in amongst that. There is a natural fibre blend through that as well as a synthetic fibre. So you've got a nice blend, and some people ask me, why don't I just use the ultra dry yarn? Well, the ultra dry yarn you get is one straight colour. This is a blend, so you're getting a blended or coloured wing, which I do most times. I usually mix it in with another fibre because I prefer a couple of colours rather than pure colour. I'll either use the dubbing and brush it up into the wing. There's a couple of things I do, but there we are. That's a simple done tying using your dubbing. It's just the ultra dry dub. It works. This one's reasonably heavy. You can thin it down a bit more than that. You could even blend the olive into the actual grey. There's lots of things you can do. Just use your imagination. Think of the fly that you're trying to represent. This here is just a dun colour. I mean, this here would work with, and tied in the smaller sizes, it would probably work for the pale morning dun, but work for a nice light olive. Green rose is a good, I mean, if you think about it, it's grey and yellow, so it's like in a green rose colour. There's lots of things you can do. So anyway, there you are, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, the other thing I like to do, I did mention this yesterday as well, I do tie on a curved hook, a large hook, good in rough water, same fly, and it works. This one actually, I don't know if you can see, it's got a rib. The rib is actually the remains of the coq de Leon. Instead of cutting it off, I just wound it up as a rib. When you're tying flies, you do all these things, as I say. But that's the, as I say, the natural fur itself. That's the possum. and this is the ultra dry dub itself, which you can easily make into a wing. Nice blend. So anyway, there we are folks, I hope you enjoyed the video, and like always, thanks for watching, and like always as well, if you have any questions, just put it in the bottom, and if I'm doing something similar, I'll certainly mention it. I'll make a video on it. So anyway, thanks again for watching, until next time.